keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me alone, for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And some of the best guards in the league facing off tonight, different skill sets, different styles. Kenny, if you had to build a guard from scratch, what are some of the characteristics you'd look for?
Oh, no question. I'd take the shooting touch of Steph Curry. I'd take the
He makes it look
effortless. I'd take the toughness of Russell Westbrook. I'd take the basketball savvy of Chris Paul. And I'd throw
You take the defense of...
I'll take the defense of Tony Allen and throw it all together. You wouldn't put that together, Shaq? If that's making you tired and sleepy? Wake up!
Is this boring you?
I would want toughness. You have to be able to switch on to certain players, the bigger players, and I would like the leadership.
And give me the size of Michael Carter-Williams at the point.
The size of Michael Carter. How about the size of Magic Johnson?
No, that's a little bit too big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because later on in the story.
Huh?
Wake up, man.
What happened?
Leadership.
Oh, sorry.
And I'll take the ability not to go to sleep like Shaq.
Well, if you answer the question.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. With Kari-Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Indiana Pacers will be looking to make a statement. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the boards.
I think the goal always is to control the glass if you can. It ends up giving you extra possessions that typically lead to extra points.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in Tomball, Texas. He said, that's all anybody ever wanted to talk about. But I don't want that to define me. If I'm stuck in the past, then I won't get any better. I won't change. I'll get stuck as that kid. That's not who I am. I'm a great basketball player because of my work. Guys?
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. Ending the year with our favorite festivity, New Year's Eve basketball. And later, Doris, will you be staying up to watch the other big ball drop?
Are you afraid that I turn into a pumpkin at midnight, my friend Kevin Harlan? The answer is, of course, I'm staying up to watch the ball drop.
Good.
And there will be a kiss at midnight, but I'm not telling you with whom.
Ready to go?
Okay, good.
Ready to go?
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Butler teamed with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Teague in at the 1 spot. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Here's Young. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, masterful work from Thaddeus Young. He's got such tremendous length down there.
Knocked away. Towns. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Here's Bogdanovich after the made shot from Kari-Anthony Towns. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Teague's got the ball. And the layup falls.
You've got to be able to focus inside, and Teague will not be denied when he's that close to the rim.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside Turner. Turner with a screen on Teague. And Bogdanovich kicks to Turner. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there. Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
And Oladipo kicks to Young. And Gibson over to help. That's tipped out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Minnesota on D. Off the pick. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Aggressive drive by Towns, forcing the foul there.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And he makes the first. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Kari-Anthony Towns as well.
Towns comes with a double team, and there's the call on Kari-Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Oladipo outside to halt the run. Rebound, Minnesota. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
Oh, and the jam by Towns.
Wow, the size and speed of Towns, a natural-born highlight reel.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here's Collison. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Chicago.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Wiggins kicks to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Towns has got 14.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Young dishes to Collison. Towns comes with a double team. Young with no one around. Offensive rebound. Poked away and stolen by Jeff Teague. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
You could say they certainly were not on a string on the defensive end. They need to be so much better moving forward.
Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're improved how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line. And here we have an opportunity to check out Kari-Anthony Towns. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 5th in rebounding, 5th in blocks, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Indiana again missing. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on an 18-5 run. Can't cash in from close range. Pacers trail by 13. Collison with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Young, right side. From 15 feet away, he can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And, guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've...
And, guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Again, Young missing.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Collison kicks to Young. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Bogdanovich has got 5 now.
Well, Bogdanovich looking so comfortable close to the rim, just extends past the defense beautifully.
And you just got to love the way he moves the ball. Very unselfish.
I'd say he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
Oladipo misses.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Wiggins, rejected by Young.
Well, terrific reach on the block. Thaddeus Young stretches out well for a big-time rejection.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Gibson kicks to Wiggins.
Oh! Look at that. Andrew Wiggins should get a 10 for degree of difficulty. That was beautiful.
Indiana's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Bogdanovich wide open. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 23.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Well, with Taj Gibson on the court, you know you're going to get great energy and intensity, and you're going to get it at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, there's no question. The fervor that Gibson plays with on the defensive end, to me, rubs off on his teammates. He never takes a play off. He works endlessly to make life tough for his assignment. This guy is underrated as a defensive force in the NBA.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Good time now to bring up the league leaders in field goal percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Fifth on the list, Taj Gibson.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
And Young kicks to Turner. No good again that time.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Doris, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
That free throw, no good.
Well, that's a plus to Towns' game, right? He was a great free throw shooter in college, and that's carried over.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. He hits the second from the line.
Well, there's no doubt that last season the major downfall in most games for the Timberwolves was their struggle on the defensive end of the floor, right? Too many holes in the perimeter, couldn't get stops when they needed them.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, and what a terrible way to start the game. 5 turnovers already.
Jang, he's checked in for Kari-Anthony Towns. Stevenson against Butler, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Timberwolves.
And the front court really has been getting the job done, scoring the lion's share of the points and really causing all sorts of problems for the opponent. They are a big-time key in why they have such a nice lead to this point.
Teague, the pass to Gibson. Here's Butler. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And this Minnesota roster has good defenders on it, Doris, but it's just a matter of getting all 5 players on the court to commit on the defensive end.
Right. Think about how young they have been, and focus at times can be an issue. You know, Coach Tom Thibodeau is not going to let that slip. This is a group that showed improvement as the season wore on, and they know they must be much better on the defensive end this season. Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Teague against Joseph. Teague can't hit.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Wiggins drives in. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Elite burst. Hard to stay in front of Wiggins right now.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Here's Turner. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
There you go. Not the best start, but maybe that's the shot that gets him in rhythm.
And it's Wiggins missing.
his high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Off target with his three. It's been all Timberwolves. And here they go, and Wiggins throws it down.
Yeah, and that's just Butler staying alert, right? He keeps his eyes up. He's willing to make the extra pass. This guy understands the game.
And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. Stevenson against Butler. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Pacers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Two shots.
He misses the free throw. And the Pacers still looking for their first NBA title, but 3 titles, as we know, for the franchise in their ABA days.
How about in 9 seasons with the ABA, they made the finals 5 times. Now, granted, there were only about 10 teams in the league, but that's still pretty impressive.
And Indiana making a change here. Leafs checked in. Good on the second free throw. It's been all Timberwolves. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Joseph dishes to Bogdanovich. Indiana moving it around. Muhammad with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
Muhammad against Bogdanovich. Indiana again missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Muhammad. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. Joseph against Jones. To the paint. Here's Leaf. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Shots good by Gibson.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Crawford with the steal. Jang with a clean look. And the wing jumper offline.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Hey, Doris, Shabazz Muhammad, a player that has slid nicely into that 6-man role, comes in looking to score, but does so in an efficient manner and can help his offense without taking too many shots.
Right, Kev. You don't find too many 6th men who will come and consistently shoot over 45%. Shabazz Muhammad has done exactly that, and it's rare to have that kind of efficiency off the bench.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, you respect the art of the assist. You always have. That's part of your DNA. In the NBA now, which guys, in your opinion, are the most fun to watch in terms of their playmaking ability?
Well, I'd be interested in your take on this, but you could make the case that it's a non-point guard who's the best pure passer in the NBA. When a guy like LeBron James is differentiating between teammates about how they want to make the catch. One guy wants the ball on the seams, one guy doesn't care, and LeBron James goes to try try to fit the needs of those players. Kev, come on, how good is that?
Well, it's the best. And you know what? I think we're seeing, we talk about a positionless game. I think everybody's got that nice ability to pass the ball. And I think they've even taken more to an art form where they take pride in the way they set up a teammate. The passing has never been better.
Agreed.
And it's not the half-court D that's been the problem. It's scores like that which are killing them.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
And the shot goes down.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Out left to the wing. Here's the screen. It's stolen by Jones. It's Crawford with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Leaf. Here's Sabonis. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Stevenson with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Stevenson. Here's Leaf. It's been all about Kari-Anthony Towns for Minnesota, going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Back to the action after this word.
Voila. 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 Yeah. Voila.
And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I've never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player. And if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
They've got Sabonis. Corey Joseph is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Leaf in at the 4 slot. That's the Pacers 5. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kari-Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. He is not resting on his laurels. He said, I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
Well, Taj Gibson is a big-time power player. This guy remarkable at getting hit and able to finish nonetheless.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Pacers. Collison comes in for Corey Joseph.
One shot.
That's good from Gibson.
Well, Taj Gibson is a pro's pro. The rugged power forward is known for his consistency. You can count on this guy game in and game out.
And Gibson over to help. Stevenson with it. Now defended by Muhammad. Pass to Leaf. Stevenson, a screen on Gibson. Here's Leaf. The shot that time, not on target. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Well, this is where the improved conditioning for Muhammad really shows up in transition.
The Pacers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
Here's Collison, and the Pacers can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jones, no luck. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Stevenson. The kick out to Collison. Pass to Leaf. Can they get it? Muhammad grabs the board. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Leaf. Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Outside Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And it's good, 2 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Collison with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Young outside. Stevenson against Crawford. Oladipo outside. 4 on the shot clock. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist.
Well, that's just the catch-and-shoot game of Victor Oladipo. So fast on the trigger on the catch.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to.
And the dunk by Towns.
How are you supposed to stop that? For his size, Towns is so difficult to keep in front.
Indiana's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson setting the pick for Young. Doubled by Crawford. Passes to Sabonis. Collison gets a wide-open look. And a miss there on the triple.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pacers shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Doubled by Crawford. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. Good defensive work there by Young.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Poked loose. Here's Towns. Yes, that goes in. Towns has got 25 points.
Boy, for a man his size, Towns does a sensational job running the floor.
Jones against Collison. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And a look here at the shot chart for Bogdanovich.
Well, it's pretty clear that they are having a lot of trouble in the mid-range. It isn't exactly the shot they are hoping to get, but when they have taken those shots, they just don't seem to capitalize. I would hope they try to go at the rim a little more as this game carries on and stop settling for jump shots.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
The Pacers making a switch here. Turner's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Butler comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Teague in for Jones. Here's Towns. And the shot goes down. Towns has got 8 here in the quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And Oladipo kicks to Stevenson. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Turner with the screen. Young against Jang. Shot clock at 6. And here we go. Timberwolves running again. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, he's just having a lot of fun. When your offense is going like this young man's, Kari-Anthony Towns knows no bounds.
Indiana's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. And Doris, as many NBA teams are doing, the Minnesota Timberwolves now have their own G League affiliate.
Well, and to me, this is a smart move by the organization, Kev, because it gives them a lot of flexibility in how they develop players. It's a very useful tool given their young talent. Only positives have come from teams purchasing G League affiliates.
And Oladipo kicks to Young. Drills it from outside. Young's got 5.
And what I love about Oladipo, he does such a great job playing within the context of the offense. If you're open, he will find you.
Nobody near Stevenson. And not sure what he was thinking there. Here's Jang. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 6 assists now in the game. Collison kicks to Oladipo. The three-pointer no good. Minnesota shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Offensive rebound. Towns, no luck. Pacers shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. The Pacers 4th.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Guys, that's number 2 on him, and they do not need him to sit right away, but one more foul before the half, and he'll be headed to the bench.
The pass to Turner. Pulls up on the wing, and he hits the jump shot.
Well, Miles Turner has earned the trust of his coaches. He's got the green light in these catch-and-shoot opportunities.
And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Teague.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Indiana. The Pacers shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Knocks it loose by himself, and it's slammed in by Teague.
Well, Kevin, Jeff Teague leaks out perfectly, uses his speed to beat everybody up the floor.
Here's Collison. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Butler, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, listen, Kev, we know this. Getting to the line has become such a big part of Jimmy Butler's game. I can't help but admire how he has put together a complete package of an NBA game. It's really a thing of beauty.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good.
Well, you look at the Pacers, one of the better teams in field goal percentage last season, but their overall offensive efficiency lagged behind. The problem? Not enough threes and not enough free throws, and those extra points make a difference.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Oladipo. And so Butler nails both of them. Well, the Pacers last season, Doris, top 5 in both free throw percentage and three-point percentage. Is the solution simply to get more of those shots?
Well, it certainly couldn't hurt if those are areas of strength, but you wouldn't mind seeing some drive and kick, attack the paint, and create those open three-point looks.
Lets it go from 14. And no good that time. Great D that time from Collison. Feeds it to Young. Joseph has an open look. Buries it from three-point range. Joseph's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, Kev, Thaddeus Young is a Swiss Army knife, a multi-talented guy who can pass the basketball.
Towns with the steal. Here's Butler. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Turner with a screen on Towns. It's off his leg. And the ref's saying he kicked it. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Joseph dishes to Young. And for 3, Collison. Minnesota with the rebound. Gibson's got 8 rebounds in this game.
A nightmare quarter for this guy. Simply can't buy a bucket.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Collison with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Turner with a screen for Young. Towns with the steal. For the finish, and the dunk by Towns.
Look out below, an airmail special by Cat.
And for the Pacers, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Towns with the ball.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Young from outside. Minnesota with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Boy, you love his toughness. You can tell that this young guy cares. The game is important to Kari-Anthony Towns.
Collison kicks to Young. Shot to stop the run. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Young's got 7 points.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And Indiana shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Joseph, the pass to Young. Bogdanovich against Wiggins. Turner dishes to Bogdanovich. And it's off from three-point range. The Timberwolves shooting 59% here in the second quarter. They're playing with great confidence. And that one's good. Wiggins.
You look at the numbers tonight. When Wiggins asserts himself, he's painful to defend.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Right side, Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Wiggins. Second chance shot. And it's laid in by Gibson. 13 points in the game.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Collison. Young in the corner. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
Leaf checked in for Young. And Minnesota has possession. Butler kicks to Towns. Good work defensively by Turner.
My goodness, get right in his grill and force him to alter the shot. That's tough defense in the post.
And Butler sends it back.
Terrific anticipation. Butler reads that play, sends it back.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
I'll tell you, when he gets in that deep, there simply has to be some help defensively. The size mismatch is just too great there.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Oh, how about the talent, the creativity? Butler with the highlight reel attack.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. But Timberwolves on top, just dominating this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing that and come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. The first half was all about Kari-Anthony Towns. He had 37 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
There's so many things you can say about the development of Kari-Anthony Towns. Just as accurate from the outside as he is in the post. Defends on the perimeter and the rim.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
A flyover of downtown gives you a great perspective of our location as we welcome you back to Indianapolis. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Kari-Anthony Towns has been sensational.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks, and I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable, an intimidating force when he's at his best.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
The first one falls.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
Oladipo hits them both. Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Well, Andrew Wiggins, if you allow him to work in space, turn the lights out.
Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Indiana again missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
The Pacers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Oladipo, the pass to Young, and Young with the stuff.
Boy, how about the strength by Thaddeus Young on that dunk? My goodness gracious.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovich. No good on the three.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Well, there's no doubt this quarter has been all about them. They've come out hot, and they're not showing any signs of letting up.
Oladipo sets the screen for Bogdanovich. Launches a three. Offensive rebound, Pacers. Second shot opportunity. And Oladipo with the lay-in. Good. Oladipo's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, how creative is Oladipo in the paint. Understands how to use his frame to score on the interior.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Another miss by Oladipo. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Kari-Anthony Towns again. Towns has got 49 points in the game.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Turner, and it's Jeff Teague with the rebound. Teague's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight, and the dunk by Towns.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Here's Oladipo, and then Oladipo with the jam.
Well, we know Oladipo is an elite dunker, one of the most creative guys when he's at the rim.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Towns. Tries again. They shoot again, and it's good on the way in. Towns has got 53.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside Collison. They double him with Butler. Here's Turner, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, terrific effort by Towns. Sticks with the play and sends it back.
That doesn't go in either for T. The Pacers shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague. And a look here at the shot chart for Minnesota.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Here's Collison. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Turner with a screen on Butler. Here's Oladipo, and Gibson sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
But love the pace. Wiggins being super aggressive, initiating contact. Beautiful.
Pacers shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively to say the least. And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right, this is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
And that one drops for him. And that's 15 points for Taj Gibson.
Well, Taj Gibson has built his NBA game on his ability to rebound the basketball consistently. What a great nose for it he has.
Here's Towns. No good. Good defensive work there by Young. And here are the Pacers now. From past the arc. Drops in the tray. 13 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Towns against Turner. Wasted no time on that one. 55 points for Kari-Anthony Towns.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
That's good from Collison.
You know, with the influx of talent that the Wolves have had the last handful of years, they feel a pressure to win. Fans are wondering when all that talent will mature. Expectations are being raised for this group.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis comes in for Turner. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Bogdanovich. And both free throws good for Darren Collison. And the Timberwolves, Doris, with the longest playoff drought in the league.
Well, and Kevin, I think you have seen tremendous growth with this team in the last few years. But remember, they're in the unforgiving Western Conference. I think they believe the infusion of veteran talent gives them an opportunity to make the leap and get to the postseason.
Shots good from Young.
Kev, no hesitation whatsoever from Thaddeus Young. Just pulls the trigger immediately.
And there's the call on Kari-Anthony Towns. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Some changes for Indiana. Leaf comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. And Indiana shooting 42% from the field here in the 3rd. Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his 1st foul. Jones against Joseph. And Jones over to help. To the inside, Oladipo. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Pacers shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. They set the pick. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Crawford. Connects on the 17-footer. Crawford's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. And the Pacers with possession here. And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Back to Joseph. Here's Leaf, defended by Towns. The shot's good from Leaf.
That makes any coach happy. You don't force a tough shot, but you get a quality look from close range. Nice. You know, they've barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Indiana moving the ball around. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And we know this. Victor Oladipo is a multi-talented guy, Kev. This is an accomplished scorer and a very polished passer as well.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Joseph against Jones. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
Free throw good. Sabonis. Good on both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Wow, puts it on the deck, takes it to the rack. Smart basketball play by Zhang.
And so here is Indiana. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Oladipo with a screen on Crawford. Joseph dishes to Oladipo, but they get it back. Pass to Leaf for the three. No good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Here's Jones. Makes it off the glass. Jones has got 6.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Here's Leaf. Oh, that's blocked. They retain possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Stevenson. Rebound, Minnesota. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. They get it back, and he gets the bucket. 63 points for Kari-Anthony Towns.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
There's the pick. Kicks to Joseph. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Inside. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Long range from the inbound. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
What a turnaround in the second half. So much more accurate overall.
Good on the bucket. 65 points for Kari-Anthony Towns.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Pass to Leaf. Oladipo with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Pass to Sabonis. And he drops it in from the low post. Sabonis has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Oladipo right side. Now the dish to Joseph. Here's Leaf. And the Pacers another 3.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His 2nd triple tonight.
Jones from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Jones has got 9.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell. That was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end. Connects on the deep threat.
Shot by Joseph. No good.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
Here's Zhang, and finished off by Zhang.
Wow, big time size, speed, power combination from Gorgui Zhang. Wow.
Pass to Leaf. All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. And the basket by Jones.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Jones. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
You know, after a first half of poor shooting, he is turning up the heat now.
Here's the screen. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. And here is Joseph over Jones. Can't get it to fall.
You got to credit Zhang's defense. That miss didn't just happen by accident.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. With a huge lead at the break, safe to say there's no catching them today. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Defensively, make sure we're all getting rebounded. No second shot. in transition. Everyone talk. No open threes in transition.
And Tom Thibodeau wanting his team to pay particular attention to certain areas of their defense.
Yeah, taking care of the defensive boards, allowing no easy baskets on the fast break. These are key elements in terms of you having success.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Young is out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Al Jefferson. Then it's Wilkins. And it's Leaf in at the 4. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Pacers shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. From downtown, Georges Hunt with the rebound. The Timberwolves shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Leaf. Shoots the 3. Muhammad grabs the board. Muhammad's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Over Wilkins. Here's Aldridge. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And Young kicks to Wilkins. Down low. That's good from Jefferson on the assist by Wilkins.
Well, his entire career, Al Jefferson has been a high percentage scorer. He is so good at establishing deep position.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And the shot is good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Aldridge, and count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players you think stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
Indiana moving the ball around. Jefferson gets the bucket.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
No good from Gibson.
Challenging the shot has almost the same effect as blocking it.
No doubt, especially when the shooter knows that a defender is draped all over him. That kind of activity alters shots.
Up and in on the layup.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
Pass to Leaf. Down low. Here's Gibson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 19 points for Taj Gibson.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
No doubt. I mean, he's doing his best to guide his team to victory. Superb job shooting the ball in this final period.
Shots good by Leaf.
Textbook. Nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Shoots from the corner. Mission incomplete. His 5th miss in 14 tries. Young pass to Joseph. Rebound by Aldridge. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. And Gibson, here we go. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
It matters not if you have a hand up in contest. Taj Gibson feels like he can score now on the low post.
And Indiana making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, you think about Tom Thibodeau as the architect of so many great defensive teams. For Minnesota, it took some time on the defensive end, but he feels like this team is starting to turn a corner on that end.
Knocked away. Gibson with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And for Thibodeau, you simply can't play for him unless you exert maximum effort on defense. Doris, he can be tough but fair in what he demands.
Well, as long as you're willing to work hard every single day on every possession, you can play for Tom Thibodeau. This is a guy who constantly preaches the importance of the little things. And he wants proper defense to become second nature for his team.
And he makes the first. And Brown drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And Young kicks to Wilkins. Young inside. Brown's there. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Jefferson's got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, the screen doing its job to perfection. One of the oldest plays in the book and still one of the best.
Pacers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Outside Bogdanovich. There's the 3. Good on the triple.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Aldridge and Cole Aldridge with the slam.
Well, you just can't allow a guy that kind of position. Aldridge leaves no doubt.
Indiana's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Leaf. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
One shot behind the lanes.
The free throw drops for Leaf. For Minnesota, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Here's Brown. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I'll tell you, Kev, they wouldn't object if all their looks were that close.
For Indiana, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Bogdanovich with it, picked up by Brown. And that one's good, Wilkins.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Well, you love how the ball is popping outside on the perimeter. It's being moved and finding the open man, and they're cashing in.
Pass to Leaf. And Gibson over to help. Got a piece of it and taken away by Brown. And now the Timberwolves on the break. The shot's good from Georges Hunt.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
To the wing right side. The feed now to Wilkins. That's tipped. Gibson with the steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Georges Hunt. The Timberwolves get it back in a new 24. No good from Gibson.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Left side Jefferson. From deep. Shot's good by Leaf. Leaf's got 16 points here in the second half.
Well, I think the best part of his tremendous three-point ability as a big man is just how much it stretches the defense.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Jefferson. Pass to Leaf from the arc. It's hauled in by Brown. Minnesota shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. A shot's good from Aldridge.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Young with the ball. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. Tipped away. Here's Aldridge. Defended by Jefferson. They get the rebound. Brooks. Now Wilkins. Young in the corner. Screen by Jefferson. Rebound by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. It's rebounded by Indiana. It's Young on the wing. Brooks covering. Pass to Leaf. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. Count it. Brooks has got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Indiana's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Brooks on the double team. Back to Young. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That's his first foul. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Jones comes in for Brooks. Here's Young. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D that time from Jones. Here's Brown. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Brown's got 10 points here in the second half. And Indiana shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Screen by Jefferson. Young against Jones. Tipped away. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Leaf to stop the drought. And Jones pulls it down. It's Brown with the drive. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jefferson kicks to Young. Indiana moving it around. To the paint. Outside Gibson. It's hauled in by Leaf. Leaf's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bogdanovich. Sinks the three-pointer. Bogdanovich has got 19 points.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Jefferson setting the pick for Young. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And Stevenson's checked in for Indiana. Minnesota also with the sub. Jang, he's checked in for Taj Gibson.
Get open, get open. Hey, close out on Lance, get him.
Here's Stevenson.
Taking 2 shots.
Tucson.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Crawford's shot is good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Pacers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. And Brown over to help. To the middle, here's Jefferson. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Stevenson's got his third assist on the night.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Jang, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Gorgui Zhang float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang. Joseph, he's checked in for Young. Now here's Joseph. Knocked loose and stolen by Jang. All alone and finished off by Jang.
Well, you get a sense of the long strides of Zhang, quite helpful in transition.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
That one goes. Count it. Leafs got 18 points just in the second half.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kari-Anthony Towns.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Off the inbound, and Aldridge sends it back.
No, we see it here. On a per-minute basis, Aldridge has been one of the league's best shot blockers.
The shot comes out. Jefferson with some nice D. Joseph against Jones. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Stevenson. The second chance effort. Jefferson gets the bucket.
Sometimes, Kevin, it simply comes down to activity, and Jefferson relentless pursuing those second chances.
And Cole Aldridge with the slam.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Pass to Leaf. Screen by Jefferson. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Leaf, defended by Jones. Inside. The shot's good from Leaf.
I think you always have to be looking for the man in the middle, and he finds him with a great feed that time.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're leading. 12 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kari-Anthony Towns.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. "12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Crawford. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Wilkins. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Cole, you looked like you were very comfortable out there tonight. What was your mindset?
I'm just trying to come out here and impact the game. That's the biggest thing is when you come into the game, just give a lot of energy and do the little thing.
Added up to a big win. Thank you, Cole. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.